press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. As usual, my second day of shoot from home. So, as usual, kindly excuse the audio quality and the production quality of this editorial. Okay, now let's get into the topic right away. My topic number 1 is a package of 1.7 lakh crores was announced by the Finance Minister of India. Very good move. Very positive move. Is that good enough? Well, let's discuss that. That's my topic number 1. My topic number 2 is, in spite of requests, threats even from PM, CM, police officers, we still seem to have not understood the gravity of the situation we are in. We are still on the streets. We are still gathering around. We are still at times going out gallivanting. At times we understand. At times I understand. There are genuine reasons, but a lot of times, on a lot of occasions, we just go out on the streets. Why are we behaving like this? Why are we putting ourselves and the nation at risk? Let's talk about that too. Let's get right into the show. Okay, so the finance minister announced her relief package. While her package was a direction towards, it was a positive step. Her package was a positive step. But is it good enough? That's the question that currently the society is asking. Now let's first understand her package. What she is doing is, through the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana, for the next 3 months, she is giving 5 kgs of rice, wheat per month free of cost. This does not include the 5 kgs which the people are already getting. So this will be over and above the 5 kgs that people are already getting. So she will be giving an extra 5 kgs of rice and wheat for the next 3 months. She will be giving 1 kg of preferred dal for the next 3 months. Now, according to her, she will be delivering it to 800 million poor. Now, I think either it is a mistake or it's some kind of a calculation error on her end, because in India we don't have 800 million poor. 800 million means 80 crore in a population of 130 crore. Fortunately for us, till now we don't have 80 crore poor. So I guess what she meant is she will be giving 80 crore people in terms of, she must have calculated the sum total of 3 months, and that is what she must have said. So I don't want to talk much about it, but all the same, she will be giving 5 kgs of rice, wheat over and above what she is already delivering, and 1 kg of the dal you prefer free of cost to the Indian poor. Very good decision. Very good decision. Very positive. Good. Now let's talk about the cash component. Now, what Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman has offered is, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman has offered 2,000 rupees for farmers under the PM Kisan Yojana, which is, PM Kisan Yojana was supposed to pay 6,000 rupees per farmer per annum, out of which I think she's advancing 2,000 rupees for farmer. Good plan. Manrega workers' wages to be increased from 182 rupees to 202 rupees. Very good. Poor widows, aged and Divyang to receive ex gratia of 1,000. Excellent plan. Women with Janadhana Yojana accounts to receive 500. Let's talk about this. Free gas cylinder for those covered under Ujjwala scheme. Very nice. Women's self-help group to receive 20 lakh collateral fee loan, double than the earlier amount. Now this is something that one has to wait whether this actually percolates, whether this actually happens on ground or not. Construction workers to be given a benefit of 31,000 crores welfare fund. Again, something that we need to figure out whether it happens or not. District mineral fund to use for medical screening, medical testing and providing healthcare services. Good. Let us see how it works out. Overall, very good. Very good. No doubt about it. But a few questions, and these questions are pertaining and we will continue asking it, even though a lot of us are told, a lot of times I am told, why do I ask questions? But that's my job. Question number 1. Where is this 1,70,000 crores coming from? You see, the Finance Minister was asked this question, but she skirted this question. Where is this money coming from? That's the first concern. The second concern is about putting that 500 rupees or those monies into the banks of those needy, poor people. How is it going to actually happen? You see, how many of these people actually have a bank account? Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman herself experienced when she went to Assam and when she had to fire the chairman of SBI, which became a huge controversy, where 2 lakh out of the 8 lakh tea plantation worker didn't have an account because there was no KYC. The same thing could be happening here. Maybe the situation could be worse here. So what about the bank accounts? How do people who don't have bank account get these monies? That's a question number 3 that one needs to be asking, and that's a very serious question that she needs to answer. Third question, and the most important point is, end of the day, this is a good step. This is a good positive step, like I've been saying. But this doesn't ensure that it helps the economy. It is a temporary relief. Good temporary relief. This will not last for long, because end of the day, unless and until the informal economy is stabilized, small and medium-sized business is stabilized, small shops, unless and until they are stabilized, this is not going to last. These same workers will be on the streets without jobs after 3 months if this informal economy is not stabilized. So what is the package for the informal economy? That would be the biggest question. While this is good from a social perspective, but from an economical perspective, she has to focus on giving relief to small and medium sized and businesses and informal economy. Till such time that she doesn't give impetus to that, believe me, the poor, the lower middle class is going to suffer a hell of a lot, and that's for sure. But that being said, I would still say good step. In spite of a lot of warnings that we are receiving, in spite of a lot of advisories that we are receiving from CM, PM, all these people, our administrative officers, all these people are constantly telling us to stay at home. A lot of us are not. Now the point is, as a country, let me tell you, as a country, we are a group of people, we are a bunch of people who manages to come together and work very effectively during the time of crisis. Believe me, what I'm saying is not out of thin air. I will prove it to you that as a community, Indians can come together in a time of a crisis, work with each other, and fight the crisis effectively. We are quite good at that. Unfortunately, this time around, we seem to have lost that bearing. We are not doing it. You see, I'll prove what I say. I'll give you an example. Though even from home, let me talk to you with actual figures. So, let's take 2005. In 2005, there were 2 major calamities in the world. One was 2005 August in New Orleans, United States, where they had to face Katrina. Katrina, the hurricane, had affected a population of 3.5 lakh people in New Orleans, and it had caused 1,400 deaths. They had advanced weather warning equipments. They had fantastic infrastructure, vehicles to shift people from one place to another. And they managed to shift 2 lakh people, 2 lakh of their population from one zone to another to save them from the hurricane. In spite of all this, during the Katrina hurricane, New Orleans recorded mass looting of homes and shops. In fact, Walmart stores was completely looted and emptied. There were sexual assaults, rapes were recorded, murders were registered. The administration couldn't actually establish control for over a week. It took them a lot of time to establish control after the hurricane. This was the condition and the state of a country, one of the most developed countries in the world, that is United States of America. Now in 2005, Maharashtra too faced floods, and it was one of the worst floods. In fact, in Maharashtra, the city affected were Sangli, Kolhapur, Satara, Raigad, Vasai, Panvel, Bhiwandi, Kalyan, Thane, Mumbai. These were the cities that were actually affected. Most affected was, of course, the western Maharashtra belt, Satara, Sangli, Kolhapur, so on and so forth. You see, a population of 2.5 crore people were affected. Mind you, in New Orleans, 3.5 lakh people were affected. In Maharashtra, 2.5 crore people were affected. The death toll was 1,094 versus a death toll of 1,400. What I mean is 3,50,000 people affected in New Orleans and a death toll of 1,400. 2.5 crore people affected in Maharashtra, a death toll of only 1,094. There we don't have sufficient weather warning mechanisms. We don't have infrastructures. We didn't even have vehicles. I remember talking to the administrative officers then. In fact, those days, I even remember talking to the deputy CM of the state, R.R. Patil. Mr. Patil came from Sangli. He came from a place called Tasgaon in Sangli. And so he was there. He was there physically handling the entire situation. He was actually camped in Sangli during the floods, I remember. And one thing that they spoke about constantly was the kind of cooperation they were getting from people. Now, what is more interesting? More interesting is, with all this, they managed to shift 2 million people. 20 lakh people were shifted from one zone to another versus with all the infrastructure, 2 lakh people that were shifted in New Orleans. In Maharashtra, they shifted 20 lakh of people. And you know what? The best thing? Not even a chain snatching. Forget about murders and loot and everything. Not even a simple chain snatching was recorded during the period of this floods. That was how disciplined people got during the time of crisis. I am not saying that therefore we are holier than thou and we are the best creed and all. I don't want to get into all that. All I am saying is during a crisis, somewhere, somehow, we come together and we stand by each other. And the entire system, the entire place, the entire situation was normalized within a week in Mumbai and within around 8 to 10 days rest of Maharashtra. The entire system with our minimum infrastructure, with our minimum money, minimum resources. This is how the situation was tackled, a situation which was much more dangerous than the Katrina hurricane in United States. Though Katrina hurricane was more devastating, but the fact remains that look at the number of people there and look at the number of people in Maharashtra. So why am I saying this? The point that I'm trying to make is, listen, we are smart. We are intelligent people. It is not that we are some kind of dumb idiots to be roaming around in the streets. It's time we ensure that we listen to the administration. It is time we function like we normally are built to function. Come together and fight the adversary. Come together and fight coronavirus out. Go Corona, go बोलने से कुछ नहीं होगा. We'll have to fight it out. So, all this gyan to just tell you that please take whatever advice is given to you by your chief ministers, the prime minister, these people, whatever advice they're giving you, please take it seriously. Because it's not only for your health, it is for the health of your family and your nation. Till we meet next time, Namaskar.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.